guy?
Everything. I like the fact that I can call him and talk for hours about nothing. About everything. Phil's different. He didn't jump off talking about sex or anything like that. He told me he wanted to better my life. He told me he wanted to build a life, build a foundation before we got serious.
You know what though? Tammy isn't necessarily delusional. Tammy is just flat out desperate. The question was, what do you like about that guy? And her answer was everything. He's different. He hasn't asked me about sex. Okay, so none of those things actually explain what you like about him. When somebody asks you, what do you like about someone? You should be able to, off the bat, name at least five things within a space of 5 seconds. Now, not literally 5 seconds, but you get the gist. 5 seconds, 5 things without even thinking about it, if you dig what I'm saying. Because let's be honest, if I was to ask you right now, yes, you right now, what do you like about your partner? If you've got one, if you haven't got one, what do you like about your friend? You should be able to tell me 5 things instantly, right now, in the freaking comment section. Come on, let me know. Because this right now is absolute madness. But ladies and gentlemen, here we go. What's going on, people? We are back again with another edition of Moving Mad. If you dig what I'm saying, and at this moment in time, Tammy is legit always moving mad. I don't know when she's not moving mad, but that is literally her life, and it's so freaking sad. And I must say this though. The fact that she was so defensive in the previous episode of this guy who 100% said, I only will date a woman that is over 300 pounds, nothing less. Makes sense out of no sense, right? But listen, ladies and gentlemen, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel and Patreon, and every single person that is a subscriber as we continue to grow. Now, with that being said though, let's get into this utter freaking madness and let's see what else went down.
I don't get married or something because I'm feeling lots of true happiness and lots of rings. But yeah, we have discussed marriage, but we ain't like set on nothing.
Tammy should be 100% focused on herself. Worry about the relationship when you're healthy.
Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I detect nothing but pure freaking facts coming out of Amy's mouth. I don't know how Tammy can be thinking about the potential of marriage. That's if it was even a conversation. Because, you know, Tammy sometimes she just says things for the sake of saying things, because in reality, she wants to give everyone this perception in her family that this guy is serious, this guy is the one, purely because they're having certain concrete conversations, which sadly, those kind of conversations happen all the time, but they don't mean a single thing. The only time they do mean something is if it's something that you actually end up doing somewhere down the line, but at the early stages, they mean nothing. But listen, Amy got it spot on, absolutely spot on, because the fact is though, how can you be thinking about a marriage when you can't even be consistent with your own actual life? Does that make sense? Because it's very important to have your life in order before you enter someone else's life, or have your life in order to a certain degree that when someone else enters it, they can enhance whatever you're working on and help you get better. Tammy is not in that position in any kind of capacity. She's in that position that she's in the same position that she's always been in, and that is being that little brat toddler. Or no, overgrown brat toddler, if you dig what I'm saying, when it comes to her own behavior. So yeah, I'm with Amy on this one for sure. You guys let me know what you're thinking at this moment in time. Come on, get commenting. Let's get it.
That I've lost enough weight so I can go through with the surgery. And this is Tammy's first appointment since she's left rehab. So I hope she stayed on track.
So what do you think's going on with Tammy since she's been back?
When she first come home, she was all about staying to herself and staying motivated to lose weight. But now that she's had time to settle in, she's more worried about being with this guy than staying on the diet. I had to have a talk with Tammy about her new boy. And now I recently found out online that he throws parties for big women, you know? So I feel that he has personal agenda to make money off her following. Approaching Tammy about anything is kind of difficult. You know, we made a comment about why would you date somebody that said if you got below 300 pounds that they were leaving. Then she defended him to the hill.
First and foremost, I want to give a round of applause to Chris. Why? Because Chris is a guy that has reached his target, so he's able to get the surgery that's hopefully going to change his life for the better. So to be honest with you, he deserves a round of freaking applause. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. But also, not only does he deserve a round of applause for that too, but the fact that he has his own issues, the fact that he has his own struggle to deal with, but still has the capacity to still want to think about his sister, Tammy, is absolutely amazing. This guy at this moment in time is legit being the perfect brother, the perfect sibling. I'm not saying Amy isn't or none of the other siblings are, but what I'm trying to say is that he's got his own thing to go through. He's got his own life to sort out, and the fact that he's thinking of her is absolutely amazing. And to be fair with you, he does mention something so important there. Tammy, when she came back, she was still all about losing the weight and doing what was best for herself. But since she's been involved with this guy, BBW King, a guy that throws parties for plus size overweight women who are unhealthy, I mean, listen, the fact that Tammy said earlier on that he's different is beyond me, because it clearly means that this guy isn't loyal neither. You know what I'm saying? And just like Chris said, it sounds to me, just like it sounds to Chris, that this guy is only in Tammy's life for the clout. Because he knows that if he's aligned with someone like Tammy, someone that is on TV, someone that is spoken about so much, it's only going to help his own disgusting brand grow even more. And you know what? It's actually, it just sickens me. Absolutely sickens me. I mean, listen, ladies, gentlemen, let me know. How would you feel dating someone that throws parties for these ladies all the time? Sometimes you're gonna attend, sometimes you're not gonna attend, and this isn't about insecurities. It's just the fact is you've heard his track record. If I get my words out of my mouth, the track record he has, it's not really one that's attractive, if you dig what I'm saying. But hey, let me know what you're thinking in the comment section. Until then, let's proceed.
Body that seems to give her a little bit of attention. Person, hell has no fury as a woman in love. I truly believe that Amy's starting to have what Tammy wants in life, and she's somewhat jealous. So she's either going to choose get healthy and live longer, or stay fat and be happy in a relationship. But the doctor only said she only had 4 or 5 years to live if she stayed big.
Ooh, that one hit hard. That one hit different. Why didn't I think of that one? Because I may have not been following these sisters for the longest of times, but we've definitely seen a difference in Tammy since Amy has gone off and had a child and started off her own family. And we've also seen a difference in Amy as well. Now, the only difference is that one of them is trying to do the better for themselves moving forward when it comes to their own health, and also most importantly when it comes to her own child. Tammy, on the other hand, pure bitterness. Her bitterness gets worse all the time. I mean, look at it this way. They're at the stage now where the families had to literally employ a nurse to come and look after Tammy. Why? Because Tammy is, I hate to say it, but she's a freaking burden. And to make it worse, she's a burden to Amy most out of everyone else as well. And the fact is though, Amy isn't in a position anymore where she can afford to have Tammy as a burden, because she's got Gage to look after, and that is just the bottom line. And you know what the saddest thing is? Even though now they have a nurse, when it comes to Tammy isn't even looking at the nurse as someone that can actually initially help her to do better within her health. She's looking at someone that she can treat like, hey, so you're here to clean me, look after me, and most importantly, to do whatever the hell that I want you to do. And to be honest with you, that is something that we did witness in my upload that I did a few days ago, if you haven't seen it already. But hey, let's proceed.
Tammy, we're working on things, trying to keep her mobile. Sometimes her attitude is a challenging thing, but there is a need for her to have help because of her weight. That's why I'm here. I want to help her.
Now, of course, within Tiss's profession, it's all about wanting to help people. And also at the same time, it's also about trying to remove any negative thoughts that you have about a patient. I'm not saying Tissa has a negative thought about Tammy, but this is the reality. Tammy is one of those people that has displayed to us that she cannot be helped for a long period of time. When she was away in hospital and she was getting the help that she needed and she was making progression, what did she do? She was like, oh, I'm good now, let me leave. She left. She, in my opinion, played as if like, yeah, I'm doing better. But now she's already back to where she was in the beginning. The point I'm trying to make is this, is that I love the fact that Tissa's mind is in the right place, okay, in terms of trying to help Tammy go forward in life. And if Tissa is able to do that, she's got a lot of work, a lot of work to do ahead of that. But at the same time, though, this isn't me doubting Tissa in any kind of capacity. This is me speaking on Tammy's behavior. And to be honest with you, my question right now for you lovely people watching this at this moment in time is this. How long do you think Tissa's going to last until she realizes that there's nothing that she can even do for Tammy anymore? Or do you believe Tissa's going to ride it in, is going to stick it out in the long run, hoping that Tammy will finally eventually change her mind and actually do better? For me personally, Tissa gives me the vibe of someone that is willing to not quit, someone that's willing to go through the pains of really trying to get the best out of someone. That's the vibe that she does give me. So I do believe that she's going to do her ultimate best to try and do whatever she can to get Tammy to wherever Tammy needs to be, as long as she has the free will to do it how she wants to. Because one thing that we did notice in a previous episode was that Tissa was meeting Tammy for the first time. She was trying to gauge things, trying to analyze things for the first time. But then Amy still had the audacity to then approach Tissa and be like, so, you know, I feel like you should be doing this. I feel like you should be doing that. And I don't think that's cool. I don't think that's fair to give that pressure or that, to give that kind of pressure to Tissa, because she's a professional. This isn't going to be her first rodeo, you know? At the end of the day, she's obviously worked with other people, other patients who have been hard freaking work. Whether or not she's had results, I don't know. She comes across as someone that does get results, but I'm just saying that if she has the free will to do how she wants to do it, Tammy is going to be in for one hell of a change, and it's going to be for the freaking better. But it really comes down to how much Amy gets involved. Because from what I understand at this moment in time, there are people, fans who watch the show, who are saying that they actually want Amy to remove herself from Tammy's life at this moment in time and allow Tissa to do her job, because it's not really nice to give Tissa this extra pressure when she already has a lot to work with when it comes to Tammy. I hope I'm making sense, but nonetheless though, let's proceed.
It's cute.
Look at the pants. His pants.
I love it.
Kind of old-fashioned, but yeah.
Well, hey, what we gonna do today? What do you want me to do? The weather's good outside today. Let's think about that walk.
You're crazy.
Hey, you promised me. Today, my goal is to try to get her out of that wheelchair and walk to that mailbox. Because Amy asked me to push her, and I wanted to try. I'm gonna do the bed, get that done, and you think about it.
You see the added pressure from what's the name? From Amy. Obviously, Tissa does say Amy says she wanted to push her, and she will push her. But you have to understand, everyone has to be pushed in different ways, and obviously Tissa is still getting to know and still learning how Amy functions, which is completely understandable. Because again, this is a woman who has not done this. This is not her first rodeo. Do you see? If you dig what I'm saying, I would be very surprised if it was, because Tammy wouldn't want. I wouldn't want Tammy to be my first rodeo in this kind of experience. If you dig what I'm saying, right? But I like the fact that Tissa said that she has goals. Instead of her saying that I have goals for Tammy, she's like, I've got goals for my own to try and get Tammy to do this. Because it means that she's got a plan. When someone says they've got goals, it means they have a plan at hand. And whatever the plan is, I can't wait for it to unfold. And hopefully, I can't wait for it to actually work as well. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, let's see how things go. You know what I mean? Okay, obviously as we continue within the series. Yeah, I don't expect nothing to happen in this episode, though. That would be a freaking miracle. But yeah, let's continue.
I don't think she quite understands what pain points I have and what I go through just to stand up to go to the bathroom. I'm not going anywhere.
You see what I'm talking about? That mental part of Tammy, you know, the reluctance, you know, the laziness, like the hand to the side, not even giving eye contact, just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not looking at you. So just understand, when I look the other direction, I give you my back, kind of. Just know that I'm not listening to you. I have just leave me alone, just go away. You know what I mean? She's at that raging point, you know. And Tammy, if only she could be grateful, that would be amazing. But being grateful, sadly, just isn't a part of Tammy's upbringing, shall I say, or mannerisms, or just anything. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, let's continue.
Make a YouTube video. We doing here?
You know how all these women online wear fake wigs to parties and stuff like that?
You want to wig out?
Yeah. When we first started YouTube, we were very morbidly obese, eating anything new to review it. And the stuff that we were doing was not healthy at all. Stuff like makeup and stuff.
Wait. Pull up. Did she say that when we were morbidly obese? Were. I'm sorry, but I gotta laugh at that one. There is no were. Like, you both still are, to be fair, you know, but Tammy definitely is, there is no worth at Tammy. Tammy is still there, and I don't know if she's even bigger than what she was before, to be honest with you, or when she first started doing YouTube, you know what I'm saying? But it is good. I mean, listen, it is good for them to see what they were like before, but the sad thing about it is that you look at these two now, together, compared to them two before. Boy, man, I don't know what could be running through Tammy's head at this moment in time, but I won't lie to you. I don't feel like Amy saying when we were more obese is beneficial to Tammy to hear right now. Honestly, I don't even have a comment. You know, when I heard this, I was just like, wait, whoa. Let me just digest what's been said here. Is this making sense at this moment in time? Am I losing my mind? I don't know, but listen, maybe I'm tripping. You guys let me know. What's going on? Let me know in the comment section, people. Come on now, let's get it. Let's continue, though.
I love being a mom, but it don't really give you time to do anything else because you're feeding, changing, playing. You don't have time to clean your house. I'm just gonna put this right here because I don't know where else to put it. So today, we're doing a tidy up, and hopefully I can get rid of some of the in my house. For a while now, me and Michael wanted to move into a bigger place, but we made the mutual decision on staying longer because Tammy does need my help. But lately, me and Michael just are getting tired of the clutter. We have all of Gage's toys everywhere. There's nothing in a certain spot.
I'm sorry, but I just can't. No, okay, listen. I may not be a parent, okay? But I can say this to you now. I was a child, and I can promise you this now. And I know people that are parents, and I can tell you this now. Not only do I know people that are parents, but I also know people that are single parents. Whether that be a single mother or a single father. I know both on both sides. And I've been to their homes, and I can promise you now, their homes are not upside down. Okay, don't get me wrong. I can walk into their house, you know, obviously at a certain point in the daytime, like maybe earlier on, house is going to be spot clean. And then I can walk back into their home maybe later on in the evening once the child has been back from, you know, nursery or school, whatever it may be. And the house may be a little bit upside down, but by the time I come back again, it's going to be clean again. Because the fact is, though, when it comes to cleaning and keeping your house tidy, that is just something that you can do, you know. I'm not going to tell people how you can do it because, you know, that's not my role. And I understand that there are some people who do struggle to keep up with keeping your home tidy. But all I know is this, is that my background not even my background, just people that I know, because I know people from all sides of cultures. It doesn't matter whether they're black, white, African, British, Caribbean, or whatever. I can tell you this now. They know how to keep their house tidy. And trust me when I tell you, the fact that some of them are even single parents means it's even harder for them. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Well, actually doesn't necessarily mean it's harder for them, to be fair. That's a give or take situation, isn't it, to be honest with you? Yeah. Interesting. But either way, though, I'm just saying, from my opinion, I don't believe having a child is an excuse to keep your house that untidy. There's a certain level of untidiness. It can be untidy to a certain degree. But that level, for me personally, nah. There's two of them in the house. There's a man and a woman in the house, to be honest with you. For me personally, I'll just, you know what, I'm just talking out of my ass right now, aren't I? But for me personally, I would just be like, listen, my house ain't tidy because, to be honest with you, I just can't be bothered. You know, I wouldn't really use being a parent as a reason. I would say more, I just can't be bothered, to be honest with you, because whatever. Anyway, let me just proceed because I'm just talking my ass. But yeah.
My family thinks I've done the wrong thing by leaving rehab early. And because I have a new man in my life, that means I'm just like giving up and trying to lose weight. It's not true. I do want to prove them all wrong.
Trust me when I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I am praying that she proves not just her family wrong, but all of us wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact is this, things just don't seem like as if they've been going up for her since she left rehab. Because at the end of the day, we've seen the way she has been as of late, and it hasn't been pleasant. So But you know what, Dash? You know what? Bun that. Screw that. No. I don't care about her proving me wrong. I don't care about her proving her family wrong. What she needs to do is prove to herself that she can do it. That's what it matters, because at the end of the day, whether she proves me wrong or right, it doesn't matter because it's not my life, it's her life. So yeah, like Tammy, stop thinking about the exterior and start focusing on the interior, if you dig what I'm saying. But hey, that's just my opinion. But hey, let's proceed.
You ready? Cool. Tell me what you be feeling about going to the doctor this time.
I'm ready. I feel like I've lost more weight, and he's gonna praise me. And yeah, he's gonna be very proud.
Is it hard with the temptations at home to eat like you're supposed to?
I'm doing fairly well, in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie, I had a cheat day yesterday.
What'd you eat?
2 slices of pizza. I had a cheeseburger, bacon cheeseburger the other day. So I had 2 cheat days.
Tammy's talking about how good she's done on her diet, but then contradicts herself about some cheat days. I figured.
Okay. Listen to me. Guys, listen, ladies, gentlemen. Let's not be judgmental here. It was only 2 days of cheat days. 2 slices of pizza, a cheeseburger, a bacon cheeseburger. Only 2 days though. I mean, listen, man, the hell of it, man. How can we not judge? But you know what though? You know what? I tell you what. Because Tammy in her head believes that it's okay because maybe it's not as bad as what she would normally do when it comes to her cheat days. I'm gonna say, you know what? Cool. The reason I say that is because if you can feel progression in your mind because you know you've cheated, but yet you've cheated not as much as you would normally, and it's little, or maybe that's a progression of next time that she has a cheat day, instead of having 2 slices of pizza, it's gonna be 1 slice of pizza. And instead of having a burger as well, it's just gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that is progression. But the flip side is this though. The cheat days that she has told us about and the information that she's given us, the question is this: do we believe her? Is she being 100% honest about what she had for these 2 cheat days? Because we know how triggering fast food can be. Listen, ladies, gentlemen, let me know in the comment section right now. Do you believe that that is all she had in those cheat days? And most importantly, if you do believe it, do you believe there's also progression? Or you're just not having none of it and you just be like, nah, man, she was having the time of her life with absolute God knows what food. You know what I mean? You guys let me know. But anyway, let's proceed.
How you doing, buddy?
All right.
I am the bariatric surgeon for both Chris and Tammy. I haven't seen Chris and Tammy in a few months. I know Tammy's been in rehab. Chris has had some health issues as well with his leg. But as soon as I see Chris, I can tell that he gained weight. So I'm a little concerned about what Chris may weigh in today. You've had some things going on with you. Tell me what happened.
2 weeks right after the last doctor's appointment, an abscess popped up on the inside of my upper thigh.
Okay.
7 days later, they removed it. But I mean, it slowed me down a whole lot. There was almost 8 weeks and nothing but sitting down. I couldn't really do nothing but walk to the bathroom.
Right. Probably put some weight on during that time.
Oh, guaranteed.
You want to weigh in?
No,
Want to see
really,
where we're at?
I don't like this machine.
Okay.
I will.
All right.
2 weeks ago, when I weighed in at Tammy's, I weighed 412 pounds. But to be honest, I don't know what the scale's going to say.
Go ahead and step up here, Chris. Let's see what you weigh today. All right, 414.
I don't understand it. I don't even know how I gained, because I've been on a strict diet, and I exercise more, so I don't know.
So,
No. Damn, man. I don't know, guys, man. Listen, I'm rooting for Chris, but we all know what a secret eat is, don't we? And I'm not going to come out here and say to you guys that Chris has been secret eating, but I'm going to say that I wouldn't be surprised because literally the last time he weighed himself at Tammy's place, he was 412. But he said that the day before or something like that, he was 402. And then he tried to blame the weight gain on jeans and other clothing. This time he's gained an extra 2 more pounds from the 412 to now 414. And it makes you wonder what's happening. But to be honest with you, if he is secretly eating, but at the same time also judging Tammy, that's not good because it shows that he's now projecting his own frustrations about his own behavior onto Tammy instead, which isn't necessarily fair because when you project your own issues onto someone else, you could be putting that person into danger as well in terms of how you're making them feel. But hey, let's see what happens next.
Actually, I'd love to see where you were before. We had you right down to around 380.
I'm expecting him to tell me that I can't have the surgery. My greatest fear is that Dr. Smith's going to drop me as a patient.
You have good explanations as to why this went up, but that's behind us. Here's what I'm going to do for you. So I'm going to go ahead, and we're going to plan on you having surgery here in a few weeks. Okay?
Yes.
But here's what I need from you. I need you below 400 for us to do it.
Okay.
Okay?
I got 4 weeks to get under 400 pounds.
All right, cool. He's got 4 weeks, right? He's at 414. Then he's lose 14 pounds. All right, cool. Within that 4 weeks, it's a month. I think personally he can lose up to at least 20 pounds. Okay, as long as he puts the work in within his workouts, he puts the work in within his nutrition. To be honest with you, you know, and also as long as he can put the work in mentally as well, I think that we could literally get to a point where he may end up losing 20 plus pounds. You know, and obviously like weight is very different for a lot of people, but I generally do believe that whatever you mentally tell yourself, you can generally perform as long as you stick to your guns. You know what I mean? Because before we do anything, we have to mentally convince ourselves that we can do it first. And then once we can do that, we can generally get there. So if I was Chris personally, I'll be like, okay, cool. So I got 14 pounds to lose, but you know what though? I want to lose more than that because to be honest, I don't want to be coming in at 400 pounds. And the doc says to me, well, I said to be under 400 pounds. And I don't want to be here at 399. And the doc says, well, your progression hasn't really shown me that you really wanted that much. Because if you wanted it, then maybe you'd have lost a little bit more. Because you really don't know what the surgeon's going to say. The surgeon has the ability and the right to change their mind at any given time if they don't feel that the person who they're going to do surgery on is mentally ready for the next step. So for me, if I'm Chris, 20 pounds or more. That's what I'm going for. Ladies, gentlemen, let me know what you're thinking in the comment section right now. What would you be looking to lose? Okay, you've only got to lose 14, but would you want to lose more? And if so, how much would it be? Come on, get commenting. Let's get it.
I hope Dr. Smith is proud of me. When I left rehab, I weighed 634. A week after I left the rehab, I weighed 624 pounds. Hopefully I've lost more weight.
Hey guys, how was your time in rehab?
As good as we expected.
Okay. So let's talk about the exercise. What kind of things were you doing when you were in rehab?
I'm working arms, core, legs, walking, the stairs, bicycle.
Okay.
My highest steps were like 200.
Wow, that's good. Are you still working on even small goals as far as walking?
Not really, just kind of watching what I eat.
You know, I would have liked to see Tammy stay in the rehab facility much longer, but ultimately it's her decision. Tammy has to show herself that she can do this on her own. All right, let's see what you weigh, okay? Let's step up here on the scale.
The first week Tammy was home from rehab, she did really well. She weighed 624 pounds. But then she started talking to this dude, like big women, so we don't know how this is going to go now. If Tammy's weight starts going back up, it's kind of like game over for her, because all the work she did in rehab was for nothing.
Damn you, TLC or Discovery Plus, for leaving us on that cliffhanger to find out what happens with Tammy. But I'm hoping that we can find it out in this episode anyway. But Chris is a savage. He was like, if she gains weight, then it's kind of just game over. Damn. I mean, listen, I feel where he's coming from. You know, because he's not necessarily wrong. Because arguably this has been one of Tammy's biggest progressions in a very, very long time. And you only wanted to continue going forward. You don't want it to go backwards. You don't want it to be stagnant. So I can definitely relate and understand why he is feeling the way he's feeling. But hey, nonetheless, when we get there and we find out what's going to happen next, I guess we'll find out what's going to happen next. You know what I'm saying? But hey, let's finish off the rest of the episode.
Lots of pans, some dirty dishes. We've got baby bath stuff. Oh, I think there's a baby bath over here in the corner. We see clutter around all different surfaces like the couch, the floor. Michael, you wash dishes. I'll see if I can get this stuff moved over. Definitely the kitchen countertops have seen better days, and it's been covered for a while. Oh, gee.
Okay, so after seeing that kitchen counter and hearing them saying it's been covered for a while, all I want to say is this, is that if you're ever in a position where you're struggling to keep your house tidy, I mean, out of all places, especially given the fact that you're going to have a child as well, a baby, the kitchen has to be, come on, it has to be clean, man. It has to be at a certain standard, because to be honest with you, it's not going to be nice for a child to eat food that's been cooked on the kitchen counter that just hasn't been looked after. And also, it makes me wonder, the fact that there's so much clutter everywhere, have they even been cooking? It makes me wonder, have they been having more takeaways than they should be having? Because to be honest with you, in this family, the thing that we hear about the most is food. And whenever we hear about food, we most certainly always hear about some kind of takeaway as well. So that is very subjective to the fact that there could be a high, you know, they could be having Uber Eats all the freaking time. But again, going back to my main point, my first point, that kitchen counter has to be clean, especially when you got a child, because that child can't be having any kind of bacteria or anything. I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but I'm just saying that, come on, listen, let's just use our common sense. You know what I mean? Who wants to be eating food from a kitchen? Who's gonna be one eating food that's been cooked on the kitchen counter that just isn't presentable? You know what I mean? Or that's been cut. Listen, man, I'm losing my mind, but yeah, I hope you get the gist of what I'm trying to say here. If you do, let me know in the comment section. But with that being said, let's proceed.
So I reach in this damn cabinet and pull out a dead mouse. It is gross, it's disgusting. I don't know if it's live, I don't know if it's gonna bite my ass. We live by a field.
Yes.
And the field mouse looked to me. And it, hold on.
I feel like we need to concentrate on the baby stuff for the bins.
Okay. This smells so bad.
I haven't people come here. And I have boxes and cockroaches.
Everybody does. We're having a struggle because we've had to take care of him. Let's stop. And then when we get him sleep, we don't do no more.
Yeah, because we'll wake him up. All of our family's hoarders. And I'm trying not
You
to
gotta think
do that
wild
to my
about
son, but
But if we can keep the house clean, we can get rid of bugs. And it's better to start doing this now. So.
Damn. I mean, listen, she found a freaking rat, or mice is plural. She found a freaking rat. There's bugs everywhere. And now she's stressing about she doesn't want to be a bad mom. And I can understand that. No one wants to be a bad parent. So I feel her on that one, you know what I mean? And I think it's very key and very important that she is actually emotional this time, because, I mean, you know, she should be emotional, you know, because no one wants to raise their child in a house that isn't maintained. This is literally too far. You know, I've said before, I understand maybe your house can be untidy to a certain degree, but to a degree where there's now mouse or even mice, and there's bugs everywhere on the kitchen counter, on top of the freaking cupboards, like, bruh, that's just not it, man. That is not it at all. So I can understand why she's obviously crying, she's upset, but at the same time though, instead of her worrying and crying about it now, she needs to now woman up, and so does he, because he's also to blame too, and they need to get in that house, help clean that house, okay? And after that, do what they can to maintain their house. And to be fair, the fact that they live next to Tammy next door anyway, that probably doesn't help. Now, I don't know if their houses are attached or detached, because in the UK, usually the houses are attached more than they are detached. But if their homes are detached, it shouldn't be much of a problem. But if their house is attached to Tammy's, if Tammy isn't keeping up with certain things in her house, and she's also attracting mice as well, it's going to travel between both homes as well, you know what I mean? So yeah, but either way though, responsibility has to be taken here. And Amy and her husband need to step up, and they need to do better, because at this moment in time, this is absolutely disgusting, absolutely appalling, and it shambles, because a child should not be in this environment, regardless whether the child is a newborn or the child is 10 years of age or anything like that. No, it's unacceptable. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you give me your opinion in the comment section if you dig what I'm saying at this moment in time. But until then, let's proceed and see what else happens in the rest of the episode.
last time I weighed with Chris, I was 624. I'm hoping I've lost even more, and I'm closer to my 550 goal.
Man, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything right now. Let me just finish off the rest of the episode to see what the surgeon's gonna say, because
I gained weight back.
How do you feel about that?
I'm happy about it. I hate it. I hate it.
Go ahead and step off.
Unbelievable. 3 weeks ago, so it sucks. She spent some precious time away that she really ain't got.
So what do you think? Is that what you were expecting?
It's a little up.
A little up? What happened is what I was afraid of. Tammy left rehab too soon. She needs to get more strict about eating the right foods in the right amounts. Because at Tammy's current weight, she's in big danger of having a cardiac event, a pulmonary event. We already know she has underlying kidney disease. Tammy's going to die if she doesn't do something about the weight.
Damn. I mean, listen, I'm speechless. Absolutely speechless. I mean, when the surgeon just started laying down the smackdown, like he was giving us, she's got this, she's gonna have this, she's gonna have that, this is gonna happen, blah, blah, blah. I mean, this is the question though, isn't it? What is rock bottom to Tammy? What is legit rock bottom? Because when I hear everything that he just said, if that isn't rock bottom for someone, then god damn, I don't know. Wow. But listen, Chris right now, I can only imagine how much he's fuming. And like he said before, if there's no progression, it's just literally game over. But listen, like the surgeon said, she left rehab way too soon. We all knew it. Everybody knew it, apart from Tammy. And now she's thinking about marriages and stuff with this waste man. Man, ladies and gentlemen, this is simply moving mad.
Things do we have in place now that you're home in regards to food, buying, cooking, selection, all that stuff?
Well, Amy still goes get my sister. Still goes get groceries for me, but I've cut out all carbs. But there's only like fruits and vegetables and like lunch meat and cheese.
All right.
On the way up here, you told me you had a cheat day. Who brought you that?
Amy?
Was it a cheat day where you asked her, said, "Hey, Amy, will you go get me this?"
I didn't want to eat lunch meat. I'm kind of getting tired of it.
I'm pretty frustrated today with Tammy. She did make progress in rehab, and that was the intention of that. But rehab is not real life. I want Tammy to show herself, as well as me, that she can do some basic requests to lose some weight on her own and be motivated enough to do that so she can have surgery.
I'm sorry, guys, but I just had to pop up real quick and just show you my expressions at that time because Chris's face was just comical. And you know what? I was like, you know what? I am reacting, so I got to show you my reaction at that time. I was like, Chris, but you know what though? This is the problem though. Chris also needs to focus on himself, and to be honest with you, Chris needs to be selfish. He needs to not even think about Tammy anymore. He needs to be like, listen, I need to get to my goal. Me trying to accommodate myself and accommodate Tammy isn't gonna work for me because it's gonna be a distraction. You know what I mean? And he needs to put 110% into himself and into no one else or anything else apart from, of course, his own family, right? But I mean, obviously, he's a woman. You know what I mean? But when it comes to Tammy, he needs to good riddance. You know what I'm saying? Because like watching my brother just sit there and he's just like, what about the cheat day? Listen, man, listen, I know it may not be a laughing matter, but yeah, what about the cheat day? Keep it 100 with the surgeon. But then the surgeon made it abundantly clear. Tammy, if she's not looking to do this for herself and XYZ, it's a wrap. It's literally a freaking wrap. Man, but hey, let's continue.
When I met you the very first time, we were right for around 550. So what we've got to do is we've got to head there. In a short amount of time, we can lose some success, and we don't want that to happen. You need some help. And so we need to set you up with a new counselor. Somebody who focuses on food addictions and things.
Dr. Smith is suggesting I go see a therapist. I really don't want to go. It's not easy opening up to people. But I can admit I haven't been doing exactly what I should be on this diet. So yeah, I might need to talk to a therapist.
Be as honest as you can. Okay? You've got to expose everything that you can to them and what you're struggling with. Seeing a therapist for Tammy is vital for her success. That's required for anyone going through the process to have surgical weight loss, but specifically for Tammy and her food addiction. All right, so starting tomorrow, I need you to give me 75 steps every time I see you. I can't be there with you every day. And you know what? This guy right here who's tried to help you, he's got to look out for himself. If this was Vegas, would you bet on yourself right now? All right. You have to want this bad enough to do whatever it takes.
You know what I detect right now? I detect no freaking lies from the surgeon. She's got to do it, man. And he likes to listen. Chris needs to, like I said, Chris needs to focus on himself. But you know what the problem that I have here? Initially, when the therapist was brought into the question, her reaction was, "Oh, I don't want one. It's hard for me to open up with someone that I don't know X, Y, Z." All right, cool. Obviously, her next approach was like, "Oh, of course, I need to get it done." Okay, but I'm not convinced. Not like that I need to be convinced, but I'm not convinced that anything's gonna help her, to be honest with you, because she literally looked like as if she couldn't care less about the therapist. Like, Tammy is so mono. She has one facial expression, maybe two. She has the normal one of just, "I don't want to give a damn," and then she has the one of, "I really don't give a damn." And then and if we get a third one when she's giggling about something that's not even about her helping herself. Tammy, you need to want it. You need to want this. Like, listen, guys, let me know what you're thinking right now. Please let me know what you're thinking, okay? But hey, let's see what else happens next.
Organize the house for a while now. So we bring in home organizers to help us get organized. But with all the mice and the bugs, I just don't think I can cope with it.
I hate having to ask people for help.
We do need help. We're having a struggle. Where you going? You done?
To my YouTube channel, a cockroach was in my video, and the fans and haters seen it, and people were hating on me so much that it just broke me. It's so hard. They made fun of me so much. And I tried so hard not to show them in my videos and stuff, and then y'all see them, and it's just hard. Trying to balance my life as a mom, trying to be better as a mom than I was, you know. I'm trying to give him the best out of life.
Okay, so I had no idea that there was a roach situation before on the YouTube when she was on YouTube. So that is news to me, and that is new to me. And of course, when that happened, because of just the way they've always been, they got picked on, they got trolled, they got bullied, they got hated on online, you know? And I'm not surprised for that. I'm not saying that I agree with it, but I'm not surprised, you know what I'm saying? But it is quite sad that this isn't the first time. So it brings the question, when do you learn from your mistakes? When do you learn from your bad habits? Because at the end of the day, if she's had a roach before in one of her videos, it clearly means that that roach was there due to some sort of hygiene situation within the house or maybe within themselves. So to see that that hasn't matured in her mind is actually really, really sad and very infuriating. It's more infuriating because she now has a baby. But I'm going to say this now though, 100%, okay? And this isn't me in defense of her. This is me in defense of women. When a woman has a child, it is said that before a woman gets pregnant or when she's pregnant or any certain point, just any point before she gives birth, always imagine yourself as a single mother. Reason being is because when the baby comes and you're on maternity leave, the husband, the partner isn't going to be there most of the time because that person is going to be out working to provide for the family. That is what's going to happen majority of the time. So at the very first early stages, the mother is pretty much alone with the baby, doing everything with the baby, okay? Respectfully, which is why, you know, mothers are so freaking powerful and important, right? But at the same time, there's also still other responsibilities you have to do. Now, one thing that I am going to say is that if you're in a situation where you have both of you there, even though the partner may be out working and whatnot, it doesn't mean that when the partner gets home, they're unable to then help the mother with cleaning the house, maintaining the house, cooking, being the father or being the mother, you know, because when there's two of yous, you have teamwork. When there's one of yous, it's a different kind of situation, different type of conversation, right? So, you know, I'm going to say that not in defense of her, but defense of women in general. Please understand when you have a child, you are a single mother at the very beginning, more or less. Okay? Because the husband isn't there most of the time. He's off working. But when he gets back, he does have a responsibility to look after you and the child, okay? And also chipping in. Just because he's out here making money doesn't mean he doesn't have the ability to come home and help clean or help cook or help being actually or help being a father. You dig what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, this is the problem that I feel like when it comes to time consuming. Amy, here's the thing. baby sleep. In those times, and I'm not trying to say, you know, how she should be doing things, because I've never been in that position, but I'm just trying to assume how I would do things. But I know there's a lot of you lovely ladies here who are parents, who would know what you do to maintain your home. And please let us know in the comment section what you do to help me learn as well from you guys. But off the bat of me thinking of my own assumptions, you know, because babies do sleep, that will be the time that I would take to be moving around to tidy certain things up here and there, you know, given the fact that I have the ability to do that, right? That I'm not going to wake up the child. And also at the same time, you know, if you have the ability to, I know I was gonna say to get help, but that I'm talking from the perception where you don't have help, to be fair, because you're home alone with the child. You know what I mean? But again, though, this part right here isn't really for me to really speak too much on. This part is more for all you mothers, you know what I mean, or even fathers who are, you know what I mean, to get down in the comment section and let me know, how do you help maintain your home? Because those are the things that Amy clearly needs to be doing, because the level of maturity from herself doesn't really seem to be there, to be honest with you, given the fact that this is not the first time. And using Tammy as an excuse, for me, just ain't it, because once you have a child, your priorities shift instantly. But nonetheless though, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you're thinking and we'll talk about it. But if you like the video, make sure you subscribe, you like, come on now, don't mess about, and we'll talk about it. Peace.